again, I'm going to be doing a video here. Okay, I'm just leaving work. Oh, it's been a long day, but I actually wanted to talk about something here. I just wanted to make sure that I actually kind of, again, do things my way. And basically, I just wanted to kind of wait until everybody actually was done talking about the issue here about Aretha Franklin's funeral. I know this is an odd time to bring it up, but again, I know that the question was going to be brought to me at some point in time, so I figured that, I would wait and do a video about it, when all the hoopla has seemed to kind of, dial down or, kind of tie down a little bit, however you want to put it. But I actually want to talk about, for the most part, I watched bits and pieces of the video, the viewing or whatever, and basically there was something that that pastor said during the funeral service that kind of resonated in my mind. And again, the minute that he actually said it, I said, at some point in time, I'm going to want to do a video about it. I just didn't actually know when I was going to do, the video. And it was regarding the issue with the fact that, before he even went into, I guess the meat of the service or whatever of what he was going to say, he posed a very good question and asked, can a woman raise a boy to be a man? I've actually done videos about this time and time before, like I say, and I think for some reason, I don't know what happened to them, but I don't know if either YouTube took them down or I deleted them, I don't know, but whatever the case is, they're not there anymore. So I figured I'd actually revisit the subject and actually kind of give my take on the issue, because again, that is a very good question. And again, that's one of the things in our community, I would say that we are still trying to wrestle with, and again, there are very strong opinions about it. You have some that will say yeah, and then you have some that will say no. So, like I say, and I look at it this way: I'm not responsible for anybody's opinion but my own. And like I said, I own everything that I say, and I'm not going to apologize for anything that I say in this video, because again, I've thought long and hard, with what and how I wanted to attack this subject. But to kind of get directly to the point, because I don't want to make this out to be a long, drawn out video. To answer your question, can a woman raise a boy to be a man? I'm going to say, generally speaking, no. And it's okay, and I don't know how to say this. A lot of people get upset when it's like you ask a question, but yet still you're angry when the question is actually answered. So my question to this is, why would you ask a question when you already picked up in your mind that you're going to be mad at what I'm going to say, especially when you already got a feeling of how I'm going to answer the question. But yeah, I don't think that a woman can raise a boy to be a man. And the reason why I say that is because they only know how to navigate through life based on from the female point of view. They don't know nothing about what a man per se goes through and how he incorporates what he's going through in the raising of the child from his perspective. In the black community, we have, and it's not, it's no secret. We already know that the black community is under attack, from the very issues from what goes on in the household to pretty much, his development to all the way up into his adult years. And we already know for the most part, and I'm not happy to say it, but we already know for the most part that the black community is a broken community because, again, of our, of how our ideals and how our philosophies affect, how we treat one another and, things along those lines. But I cannot raise you to be like me if I'm a different gender than you. Because the thing about it is that everything that I do and everything that I say, I'm going to try to win you over so you can be like me, if you know what I mean. To put it in simpler terms, again, I'll repeat it. A woman can only go so far as the raising of a young boy. There's just certain things that she just cannot do. God bless America. God bless the women that are actually forced to play the quote-unquote father role that has been thrusted upon them by these no good men that happen to just want to check out and don't want to be a father anymore, But she cannot pat herself on the back, although she wants praise constantly for raising, I guess, what you want to call a man in today's term, or in today's, atmosphere, or whatever the case may be. Because if what she's calling being raised and what's being produced from what I've seen in this day and time, we have a big problem. I mean, real talk. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be insulting. We really have to learn how to address the elephant in the room. And the thing about it is that, this is an issue that needs to be addressed. We have a lot of men that are actually being released in society that have been raised by women, and the only thing they know how to do is to argue and know how, and that's all that they know, because that's all that the mother actually showed them, because that's all that they were exposed to while growing up, is they always seen their mother at somebody's throat for whatever reason. We have a lot of them that grow up now, they don't even know, what they want to do or who they want to be as far as their sexual identity is concerned. They were born one way, but they really feel that they are another way, because again, they sat there and watched mommy and how she interacted all their life, and they really never had a strong father figure or a strong male figure in their lives. So the only thing they're actually wanting to portray or imitate is what they're used to, which is the female energy, if you will. And like I said, you can call it what you will. But what a lot of people got upset about as far as when he addressed that particular topic in that sermon or what have you, is the fact that Aretha Franklin, from what I understood and from what I've read about her in her biography and such, she actually was a single woman who raised boys, young men, boys to become young men, I guess you can say. And the fact that he actually brought that up in the service was actually an insult to her, as well as her children that were in the crowd. So now we have a situation here where, there's a backlash. The Aretha Franklin family is angry at the pastor there who made the statement or whatever. But the issue is that you cannot deny what you see, and you can't get angry about what is already there. The only thing you can do is address the issue and go on from there. But the issue is that why is it such a big deal in our community? Why is it such a, issue? Well, again, look at the fact of the situation of today's young men. You have a lot of men these days that really don't even know how to really be a man. They don't really know how to address a situation as a man. They don't know how to conduct themselves as young, respectable men. The only thing they know how to do is to go out there and be thugs, because why? They never had a strong father figure in their household. So now they're going out in society trying to find something that they didn't get in their household. And my God, when they go out there looking for something that they feel that they need or trying to prove something, next thing you know, they lose their lives trying to find it. And that's very sad. And that's an all too often type of event that's going on with our young black men. And it bothers me, and it really irks me when, all I see in today's society is that women are proud and patting themselves on the back for their abilities to raise a boy to a quote-unquote man. But see, the thing about it again is that, in my opinion, you're not raising them. You're only giving them somewhat of an influence of who you are, and you are expecting them to perform life and react to life like you do. And to me, that is not, in my opinion, that is not raising someone. That is just you trying to influence how they live their lives once they leave your household. Because to me, there's a difference. I don't know if I'm making much sense, but I hope I am. But what's missing in today's society, in my opinion, and maybe it's not really even my opinion because you can see it all too well, it's fact, is that we need some strong black men to step up and take their role to raise these young men, to raise these young boys. Because again, society has already, they're trying to transform them into something that is very disrespectful and very unbecoming of young men. I'm just being real. I don't know, I can't put it I can't say it no other way other than what I'm saying now. And the thing about it again is that we see what was the outcome of what's going on, and we laugh. And the thing about it, I'm guilty of it. I've laughed. But the issue is that it's not a laughing matter. The black community, the black young male influence is under attack. It's like society is trying to do everything they can to kill off that influence and to make our young men into anything but young men. And the sad part about it is that when other folks speak up about it in hopes of actually trying to remedy the situation, they get attacked. And my God, when you speak on the situation as far as the feminization of men and all this type of stuff and how they are becoming a lot more feminine and such like that. And like I said, I'm going to address the elephant in the room because, again, you know, it is what it is. You can't deny what you see. But when you talk about it, folks want to get angry. And the thing about it is that the main ones who get angry are those, again, who are raised by females. Like I say, I'm used to being attacked. I've been called everything, you know, and I've been called a whole lot worse by a whole lot better. So it doesn't matter to me. I'm pretty sure folks will talk about me in this video. I'm used to it. I actually like it. That means I'm doing something right. I'm hitting and making a point somewhere, and somebody is just too immature to admit that I've made a point. But like I said, you know, it's not something that's new. This is an ongoing problem in our community. And the sad part about it, again, is that it's become such an issue, all for the wrong reasons. You're looking at the fact that, you know, this preacher may have possibly insulted Aretha Franklin, God bless her soul, but the issue is that he brought up a very valid point as far as what our young men are becoming. They're becoming anything but young men. They are wanting to go out there and prove their manhood. They're wanting to go out there and prove, you know, whatever it is that they're trying to prove, and impress whoever it is that they're trying to impress. But the thing about it, they're going about it in wrong ways. Why? Because there was not a man there to teach them, hey, no, a respectable young man does not do that. And my God, I get tired of seeing, you know, these folks with these young men with these pants sagging off their behinds as if they have no home training. Why? Most of them come from a product of an environment where they were raised by women. I'm not trying to attack black women, but the issue is you can't, again, deny what you see. So like I say, I'm done trying to prove myself, and I'm not going to apologize for anything that I say in this video because I know that I'm on point. And because I know that I'm on point, again, I'm going to stand firm in what I say. I'll be right back in just a minute. I'm not done. Hold on just a couple minutes. Go back and repreface something, okay? Let me, I need to go back and kind of repreface or restate something here. I'm not saying that it's impossible for women to raise young boys to be men. I'm not saying that. I think I need to go back and re-clarify that because I think some folks may actually look at that as me saying that women are incapable of raising children to be respectable young men or whatever the case may be. And that's not what I want to portray. That's not what I want for you or whoever chooses to view my video to come away thinking. My whole point is that generally speaking, we're living in a day now where, you know, it's all about women power and all of this, that, and the other, and women, you know, taking credit, you know, for a whole lot of stuff. And the thing about it is that they're leaving the influence of the male out of the picture totally. And to me, that's just straight up wrong. Because the thing about it, again, is that, and what makes a lot of the men upset is because, again, you know, credit is being given to women for a whole lot of things. And see, one of the main things, and I guess I can use an example, and one of the main things that really upset me is, and like I say, it happens year after year, is during Father's Day. You have a lot of people now, and I think Hallmark now has actually gotten to the point where they've actually looked at the dysfunctions in the black community, and they now have Hallmark cards that are specifically targeted to African Americans that says Happy Father's Day to the woman. So to me, right now, I feel very bad because, number one, Hallmark even knows that our community is all messed up as far as how, you know, things are changed and how it's backwards in our community. And so now, because of that, they're profiting off of our dysfunctions, if you know what I mean. So now, every Father's Day, and I hate to look at YouTube videos and this, that, and the other, and you have a lot of people that are saying Happy Father's Day to women. And I'm like, you know what? I say, I'm not going to take away the fact that there are some women that are being forced in the role of actually playing the role of a father. But until you actually grow 2 balls and a penis, you'll never be a man. And you will never be addressed as a father from me. I don't care if the man is not there. You are a woman. You are not a man. And again, I don't care how much testosterone you want to put, where, and this, that, and other, you want to grow hair all out, this, that, and other, you are still a woman. And which means to me, regardless of whether or not you're raising a boy or whoever else that happens to be a male, I'm going to still address you as that, a woman who happens to be forced to be in a role of playing both parents. And I'm not saying that that is the right way to view everything or not. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that this is just how I see it. And like I said, I'm not, and I stated before, as I always do, I am not going to apologize because, again, this is my video. I can say whatever I want. But it just irks me now that we're living in an age now, and the sad part about it, too, and the men, what gets me mad is that you have men that are actually okay with the fact that a woman is taking over their role, for the most part, to raise these boys. And the sad part about it, again, is that they don't understand when their leadership is not there and it's missing, it causes problems. It causes issues. Things become out of order. You have people acting they're acting in a way that is not unbecoming of them, that is not suited for them. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat there and I've heard a lot of young black girls, women these days talking about where is the decent black men? And the thing about it is that when I listen to these inside conversations and I hear whatever at lunch, whatever the case may be, or in the neighborhood or whatever, I cringe. It's almost like I can almost bite through my tongue because it irks me when a black woman says that. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. You want to know where the good black men are, but yet still you are okay befriending men who act like you, meaning all loud, wild, and overly effeminate and ghetto. You will befriend them, but yet still, on the other hand, you want to know where are all the good black men. Well, the issue is that you are actually wow, this is getting good. You are actually, how can I put this, enabling them to act out their role. Gunwell, there is no way in this world God's intention for a man is to act as a woman. He never said that. A man is a man, and he is actually expected to behave as a man. But yet still you have black women these days that will actually befriend someone who is actually openly homosexual. A black man. That's your best friend, you say. This, that, and the other, but yet still you are wondering where are all the good black men. Well, you know what? That's you're a living contradiction. Because again, you are befriending something that you're stating that you are trying to, I guess, hope that they will act. I don't know how to put this. This is just a bit too much. It's getting a bit heavy up in here. But anyway, just to bring everything back to the forefront, because like I said, I don't want to get too involved in this, and I didn't want to make this out to be a long video. You're asking where are the good black men, but yet still the good black men that you are looking for, you are actually encouraging them to act out of a role that is unbecoming of them. I guess I can put it that way. Real talk. That's why when you hear all these females asking these questions, I just look at them and I laugh, and I want to say something, but I will be like, you know what? I'm not going to say it because it'll lead to one thing, and next thing you know, one thing will lead to another, and everything will be blown out of proportion, and then next thing you know, and see, I'm the type of person, I don't have the time to be going back and forth, especially with a female. I don't do that. I don't believe in that. The issue is that, you got a lot of men who are very comfortable with going back and forth, arguing back and forth like a female. I say my piece one time, maybe twice, but there's not going to be any third in this going back and forth, because I say what I got to say and I go ahead on about my business and let you figure out what was done. And while you're figuring it out, I've gone on to something else. But again, I just wanted to keep this video, I'm getting ready to wrap it up, because again, I'm driving in it, like I say, a beautiful day. I'm on my way home. Traffic is a bit of a mess, like it always is this time of the day, but you really have to examine really the state of our community, the role and the state of our young black men, and the fact that, generally speaking, it is not in God's will, I'll put it this way, for a woman to raise a boy to be a man. Because again, she can only go so far. She can't go and take it the rest of the way. The man has to do that. Just like it is the same way, vice versa. A man cannot teach his young girl how to be a woman. He can only go so far. The only thing he can tell her is the type of dudes to look out for. Why? Because he used to be one of those dudes. So now he's actually trying to school his young girl on how not to fall for suckers or for sweet talkers like he used to be. And I can respect that. I can respect that because, again, he's being proactive and he cares about her and he's letting her know, okay, you know, you're a female. Okay, so he'll let her know the pitfalls and the things to avoid so she won't actually end up in a situation early in life where she's not ready, in situations in life that, that she's not ready to actually be a part of. Like I say, it's not something, or I should say this topic is not something that a lot of folks like to talk about. And when they do talk about it, they just want to turn it into a battle of the sexes type of deal. That's why, I strategically waited until an appropriate time frame to address this issue. Because again, right after the funeral, you had a bunch of videos on YouTube where folks were going in and talking about, how, the pastor addressed this and how that makes the Aretha family looks and stuff like that. And like I say, I can agree with some of the points that they were making, but like I said, it just wasn't my time to do it because, again, I don't want my voice to fall in with the rest of the folks. I want my voice to stand apart from everybody so you can hear me and hear what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying. That's why, again, I don't make videos like when everybody else makes it because, again, it's going to get lost in the wind. I want my video to stand apart from everybody else so you can actually hear what I have to say and then address it from there. But like I said, that's all that I have for now. That was just something that I just really wanted to talk about, and I did. So, peace, love, and joy. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.